Ram Ram everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, today's picker card reading is about eclipse. So, we had a lunar eclipse recently, and we are about to have a solar eclipse in the next 3 4 days. And this eclipse is going to bring a lot of changes in everyone's life. And I don't want to scare anyone here. Like, I know there is a lot of myth myths about eclipses, like they are dark, they are intense. They are intense, like the transformations that they bring in, they are intense, and they do help us to recognize a lot of things that we wouldn't have recognized, and which would have actually affected in some or the other way. So we'll be checking what are these transformations that are going to arrive in your life, and what are the do's and what are the don'ts, and also a message from the universe. So we have already picked 3 cards for each of the piles, and this is for pile 1, this is for pile 2, and this is for pile 3. So pile 1 is represented by selenite, pile 2 is represented by moonstone, and pile 3 is represented by rose quartz. Okay. So, whichever pile you feel drawn to, you can click on that particular timestamp and you can watch your reading. Hey, pile 1, if you chose this selenite, this is going to be your pile. So, first I thought I'll be doing a zodiac sign specific reading, but I think that wouldn't have helped that much because eclipses, they do target, like they do um, give us like the same kind of uh, lessons, I would say. Like, it's not always a house specific or chart specific. It affects the entire, it affects like to the whole collective. So the patterns are quite similar, and you don't have to get a very zodiac sign detailed kind of reading. Even just your intuition is enough for you to pick the right pile. So yeah, let's get started. So for pile 1, let's see the oracle card we have is the energy is gaining momentum. Okay, so for pile 1, I feel that you could have been undergoing Saturn Mahadasha, or you could be in your Sadisati phase as well. And so that's why maybe things have been very slow in your life. And this eclipse is actually going to make things happen. Like, if you have always felt that things are very slow, things are stagnant, this time I'm seeing your efforts. And it could also be like you are not able to move forward, you are not able to take even like just one step. One small step is also, it also feels like a more like an effort for you. So I feel that in this eclipse you're going to feel a lot more energetic, and you are going to take that initiative, like, I want to do this thing, let me take the first step. And you're going to feel that drive within you. And this might have already started because we already ended a lunar eclipse, and most of you could be having this burning desire, like, I want to do something about this, something like that. And like in your life also, I'm seeing that things are kind of moving. It's taking up its own speed, I would say. I wouldn't say like things are happening like very quickly as of now. It's more like everything is just moving. At least things are moving, something like that. So yeah, that is what like pile 1 is going to experience. And let's see the do's and don'ts. So I'll be using this tarot deck to understand what are the do's for pile 1 during this eclipse season. What are the do's for this pile during the eclipse? Something that they have to do. Let's pull out 2 more cards. Okay. Okay, I think this one wants to come out. Okay. Um, we have Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this one is in reverse, but I don't take reversals, so I'll just keep it upright. We have Four of Wands. Okay, and we have Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, pile one. What I feel is what you should be doing during this eclipse season is try to try to cultivate good amount of concentration. Like be very focused, stay very focused, don't get distracted. I feel that you will be so much into like doing your thing where you might feel bit irritated if someone disturbs you. Like your focus will be on top notch. You will you need to dedicate yourself like fully, you need to commit yourself fully to like one particular goal in your life. And I also feel that whatever this goal of yours that you are thinking to implement, it's also going to help others. So maybe you're thinking of teaching people about finances, or maybe you're launching workshops. So for most of you, I feel that you are going to have your own thing like a business maybe. And yeah, maybe business, or maybe you are launching a brand, or launching some sort of workshop that you are actually good at. And it's definitely going to take a lot of efforts, a lot of dedication. But I also see that when you are going to share your end product, your end results to the world, when you're going to showcase your skills, people are just going to feel so drawn to you because they know that you have something that they need. So they are going to reach out for help, and whatever that you present to them, it's definitely going to help them. And looking at that thing, so many other people are going to enter your life. Like if you have been thinking about launching a business, I feel that you will attract clients like very quickly, only if you have put efforts to refine your brand, refine your end product, like whatever it is. So whatever knowledge, whatever skill that you want to show it to others, I feel that it can be monetized. There is a very good potential that it could really turn into a very good business idea. So first thing is you are asked to put efforts. And I also feel that you don't need a business partner or anything like that. Like you alone are capable to take this idea forward, and your attention should be like unwavering. You really have to do something to stay like more and more focused on this particular goal. So this is one of the things I can say. And with the Four of Wands, I also feel that you also need to take like frequent breaks. And this could be for like someone specific. If you have been thinking of hanging out with your loved one or your partner, maybe you want to go on like somewhere in the nature or some tourist spot, or you feel like traveling with your partner, you feel maybe there is one destination in your mind where you have been thinking like I want to spend some time with my person in this particular place or something like that. Even that is going to happen. Like you can see how there is this couple who are sitting together, and they're watching the moon. It feels like they have the small bag, so obviously they are on a vacation. So it could be in your mind as well, where you are manifesting this thing, and this eclipse season is actually going to bring that opportunity for you. And like if it has been like you were constantly planning, and that plan was not, like you were not able to execute that plan, there was some obstacle or something like that, I see that you're going to get this opportunity to spend some time with your loved one in that particular destination. Like it could be somewhere in the abroad, near the beach, near a mountain, some hill station maybe, something like that, where you and your partner are just enjoying good amount of time together and all of that. So that is something I'm seeing. And With the Queen of Pentacles, I also feel that like this is also coming up like an advice. If you are like too focused on your business, launching your business, expanding your business, maybe you might ignore your partner. So don't do that. So do spend some good amount of time with them. Like you have to give that time to them as well. So it's never it's not always going to be like work. You should also give your time to your loved ones. And with the Queen of Pentacles, I you might change your hairstyle. I just feel like you might get this urge to have a long hair and maybe braid it, make it more beautiful, wearing a lot of accessories, something like that. And you're also going to bring like a lot of positivity in others' life. Something that about this business idea or something about you. I'm seeing that you will come out like more mature, who knows about a lot of things, who is very wise enough. And it's like you are gaining some sort of wisdom that was hidden in you since lifetimes, and you have kind of unlocked that thing, and now it is flowing effortlessly through you, something like that. And I also um I also feel that you shouldn't hesitate to show your talents. Like you are actually good at a lot of things and you should hold it with pride. You should showcase that thing with pride. So, somewhere I feel like if you have been doing this, if you hesitate to actually accept like you're actually good at a lot of things, this particular talent, you shouldn't do that. And you should own this thing like, yes, this is mine. I have worked on this and I'm actually good at it. So this is something that you should be doing, pile one. And I feel that you're going to feel a lot more powerful. Like you're going to feel very powerful about this particular talent. It's more like you gain power over a large community of people. Okay, let's see what are the don'ts, what you shouldn't be doing, what pile one shouldn't be doing in this eclipse season. What are the don'ts for pile one during this eclipse season? Okay, let's pull out two more cards. What are the don'ts for pile one during the eclipse season? Seven of Wands, Knight of Swords. Okay, yeah, I kind of get it. So, with the Knight of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Seven of Wands. So, so these are the don'ts which I am picking for this pile is that don't stay at one particular place. Like you're asked to relocate. Maybe you have to move out of your house, or maybe you have to like come out of your shell. You're getting too comfortable, pile one, inside your own cocoon. Um, so like there are like you have your own reasons to stay alone, stay hidden from the society, stay hidden from a lot of things, but you're asked to give up that thing and you really need to come out of this situation. And you feel like you are trapped, which is not actually true, because you can never be trapped. You have full access to like everything, every sort of help. It's just that you're tired, maybe. Maybe you're tired and that's why you feel this way. So you have just gotten like so comfortable inside your own house and all of that, and it's actually killing a lot of potential in you. So you really need to come out. You really need to come out and show your work to the world. And with the Knight of Swords, I feel that you might get this urge to act impulsively. Like there might be one idea that comes to your mind, and you're like, okay, let me just execute it without weighing the pros and cons, and that might backfire. So you're not supposed to do that. You might get this you might feel tempted to take shortcuts to get results very quickly. And you can see how these two energies are contradicting. We have Eight of Pentacles and Knight of Swords. So Eight of Pentacles is a very slow, steady, stable kind of growth. It's a very stable, slow moving energy where you are putting efforts like every day, and all those collective efforts are going to give you that result. So that is Eight of Pentacles, which you are supposed to do during this eclipse season. And whereas Knight of Swords is all about being very impulsive, reckless, aggressive, jumping into conclusions without thinking, being very biased, taking a lot of shortcuts. So this is all what Knight of Swords is about. And that is coming up like a don't thing for this pile. Like you really need to give up this idea of achieving things through shortcut or being impatient. Like you're just putting efforts for 2 days, and third day you're like, I don't want to do it, I want results quickly. So that is actually going to kill a lot of potential. It's actually going to repel a lot of blessings. So one thing is you have to be like very very patient. And with the Seven of Wands, I feel that you might exhaust yourself by overworking. You might feel like, if I want to achieve something, I have to work like from day to night, which is not true. You need to have your own time, you need to have time for yourself. So if you are good at something, you don't have to be like always hustling. Because if you ignore your health, if you ignore your mental health, if you ignore your physical health, you're not going to reap those benefits. So everything will just go in vain. So you have to understand one thing, that when you should take breaks. And you might also tend to take up like too many responsibilities all at once, and it can actually make you more cranky. So this is something that you are asked to avoid. So maybe you like to work out and you just do it in excess, and you just get body pain, and for next 4 to 5 days you're just on bed. So that is now not how you're supposed to be consistent. Consistency doesn't mean like you keep doing the thing like entire day, because you're not a machine, you're a human after all. So you need to understand that thing, when you should put a full stop and when you should restart. So that is something that you need to learn in this eclipse season. So that's all I can say for pile 1. I hope this reading resonates with you, and let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Hey pile 2, if you chose this moonstone, this is going to be your reading. So first we'll be checking this card that we have pulled for you. Your commitment is being tested. Wow, okay. I think that's a very straightforward message, that this eclipse is actually going to test how committed you are towards your goals, how committed you are towards like whatever that you have been working towards. It could be like a test of faith, test of your commitment, how dedicated you are, and all of that. So okay, I feel that you might have started something like very recently, or maybe you are restarting from scratch. It could also be like that for most of you. And maybe it kind of, your desire to be in that spot, it kind of flickers. So for one moment you're like, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to do this particular thing, but in the next moment you're like, no, I don't want to. So there is this kind of on and off that is going on, and this is something that will be tested by the universe. Like your commitment is going to be tested. I also feel that this pile is actually good at like a lot of things, but it's just, I feel that you have this weird kind of ignorance where you just ignore a lot of good things about yourself. You're like, yeah, it is, so what? That kind of, you live in that ignorance a lot. And that's why you will be tested this way. Okay, so mm, sometimes you might feel like just giving up. So just remember, like, whatever that is trying to pull you down is actually testing your commitment, like how bad you want this, how bad you want this particular thing. So that is how universe is going to, test you and twist you. Okay, so let's see, what are the do's, what are the do's, like what this pile should be doing during eclipse season, what this pile should be doing during eclipse season. So what this pile should be doing, universe, during eclipse season. So we have five of cups. Okay, let's pull out few more cards. What should pile 2 be doing during this eclipse season? Oh, okay. We already got two of these. Oh, there are so many. Okay. So we have temperance. That's such a beautiful temperance card. And we have nine of wands. And we have, let me just pull this over here. I hope the cards are visible. Okay. We have the hermit. Fine. So pile 2, what I feel is that okay, now it is better. You can just keep it over here. So what pile 1 should be doing? I feel that there was something that you started and you kind of reached till the end of the goal, like you are about to reach the destination, you were about to get like all of it, and don't know what happened, like suddenly everything just fell off, something like that. You are in that situation, like you started something and you were about to get all of it, but you had to drop that idea, and it just didn't work out. Like the approach that you took to achieve all those things, it didn't work out, and it really hurt you bad. Now this could also be like you had put a lot of efforts to have a person in your life, or it could be a goal, a career goal maybe, or maybe anything, it could be anything. And with the five of cups, I feel you could have also lost your pet like recently, and maybe people are asking you, or maybe you have this urge to get another pet, but you feel like you're thinking about all those grieving that you had towards your lost pet, and you feel like I don't want another pet, something like that. And I also feel that you're grieving, like you're thinking about how things could have worked, how things could have worked and how it didn't, and it kind of makes you feel very sad, and you're crying about it, you're feeling sad about it, you're feeling sad about all those lost opportunities. So somewhere I feel that because of your own ignorance you lost a lot of opportunities, and somewhere it is kind of hitting you now. And there is also this element of losing something like very close. So that's why I felt like it could be your pet, and it's like there is no one to hear you out. You're just crying alone in your room, maybe, and there is no one to hear you out. And maybe that's why you feel like buying a pet, taking a pet, and please go for it. It's going to heal you a lot. Like this eclipse season can actually give you that urge to have a pet by your side. And with the temperance card, I feel that you have to be like very, very patient, and you have to understand one thing about every situation, like what's the higher purpose here. Because we as humans, if we haven't awakened spiritually, we just see the surface level of things. Like if something happens, we don't examine it, we don't introspect, we don't question ourselves, we just blame it like, oh, maybe not, I'm not lucky, or maybe the universe had to do this and everything. So somewhere we fail to understand the higher purpose of the sadness, the happiness that comes into your life, because everything is having a higher purpose. So somewhere I feel that this eclipse season is actually going to make you sit and understand the higher purpose of all these chain of events that you have been through. So it's like you will actually try to understand, will try to understand what is the hidden reason. Why am I being gone? Why am I being pushed through this cycle or something like that? And there is also like you need to balance a lot of things, pile two. Like you could be having like multiple things going on in your life, but maybe you just give attention to like only one of them. So sometimes it is just a hobby, or sometimes it is just like your career or something like that. If that is something that's happening, even that is going to change. Like you really have to give equal, not equal attention, I would say. Like you have to focus, simultaneously focus on like a lot of things. So um, don't just ignore things and don't take things for granted, because whatever arrives in your life, whatever signs that you have been getting, whatever dreams that you have been seeing, everything holds a meaning, and everything has a very deeper meaning, like a higher purpose, I would say. And with the nine of wands, I feel that if you have been thinking like someone else will arrive in your life and they will repair you, or maybe they will heal you, but if you really think like it's their responsibility to light your path, you are very wrong, pile 2. Because whoever this person might be, they might arrive and give you a dose of happiness, no doubt about that. But it shouldn't be like you keep putting that responsibility on them, because somewhere a part of your happiness is because of you. It's not entirely someone else's responsibility. So there is a lot that you can do about your life to feel good, to feel more and more positive, and you have to put the efforts. So it's like you are constantly waiting for a person who can love you unconditionally, but universe is going to see like how much you love yourself unconditionally. Like are you being that love that you want to experience? Because you have to be that first in order to attract that thing. If you keep being sad, if you keep being a crybaby about like everything, you will attract someone who is exactly like that. So you have to understand that how much you are also part of the equation. And with the hermit card, I feel that you're asked to you're asked to stay alone and like maybe read a lot of books, or maybe just try to stay away from the external reality, like the external world. Like if you feel like switching off your phones and just taking some time for yourself, you should definitely do that. Like if you feel like disconnecting yourself from social media, if you feel like loneliness is going to help you, it's definitely going to help you. So that is something that will actually, protect your energy, and it will give you a lot of insights about a lot of situations. Because I feel like there are so many things around you that come like a distraction, and when you are kept alone, you are going to understand things deeply. And that is the whole purpose of this entire, eclipse for you, that you're going to grasp that higher purpose of everything that has been happening in your life, and you're going to come out like very very wise. I feel that people are going to reach out to you for advice and all of that. So you could also be into some sort of research. Is there anything like that that you're trying to do? So even that is going to, like, if you're thinking of completing a PhD or uh, publishing your papers, and you're actually good at it, pile 2, like, you are a very knowledgeable person, no doubt about that. So in this eclipse season, even that is going to uh, happen. Okay. So, like, if you feel like, for example, if you are working on some research topic, and if you feel like, I want to visit a place and just sit alone and maybe disappear for days and come back later, like that is also going to help you. So that is something that you can do about it. Okay, let's see what are the don'ts for this pipe. What are the don'ts for pile 2? Something that they should avoid during eclipse season. What are the don'ts for this pile? Okay, we have chariot. We have five of pentacles. Okay. We have devil. Four of swords. Interesting. Okay. So what I feel, pile 2, is that your own bad habits, like way of doing things, can trick you and it can distract you. So now that you have got a direction, I feel there are chances where you might feel tempted to do things in a wrong way, where it can actually, be bad for you. So it's more like your temptations are going to be tested. Like, there are a lot of addictions. It could be like you're lazy, or you just tend to overeat or something like that. So just try to avoid going back to all your bad habits. And maybe you have this idea, like, if I stay alone, like, maybe you don't like the idea of staying alone. Maybe whenever you are alone, you keep thinking about your bad habits. You keep thinking about how much destruction happened in your life because of one person or something like that. So that is something you are asked to avoid. The way you think about your past, the way you think about yourself, the way you give into distractions, your bad habits. So I also feel that you have this thing like, I want to be surrounded by a group of people, something like that. Maybe for you, it's like staying alone means very sad, something like that. And that thing is actually going to help you this time. If you stay alone for a very long time, you're going to understand yourself much better. So, this is all I can say for pile 2. I also feel that you need to stop spending like recklessly. Maybe you do have a lot of fear about money, fear of being alone. So, these are the things that you have to overcome, and universe will make you do that. So it's like universe is asking you, oh, you want to be that person, then you have to be alone, then you have to be good with your finances. So this is how I am going to test your commitment. So somewhere you are not aligned with what you want to be, and that's why these all things are coming up. So that is all I can say for this pile. I hope this reading resonates with you. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Hey pile 3, if you chose this rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. So let's see the oracle card that you have got. Okay. Confidence is your key to success. Hmm. Okay. So pile 3. With this card, I feel that this eclipse season is all about being confident in whatever that you do, no matter um, what outcome it is going to give you, no matter if it is going to uh, if it's not going to work, or even though deep down you feel like this plan might fail, but still you take all those steps confidently. That itself is going to attract the right resources. It's going to attract the right kind of people who will help you, who will actually help you to get there. Like, they might just correct you, they might just give you a lot of suggestions, because they have already been through like whatever that you have been through. And it's more like you might be having the right kind of people around you, you might be having like all the knowledge that you have, that you want, in order to get that thing. But if you lack confidence, it's never going to work out. So you have to be like very confident about this thing, like, yes, I can achieve this and I am capable of doing this thing. So somewhere I am seeing that there will be chain of events during this eclipse season where you'll feel like you really need to be confident, and it will show all those areas where you lack confidence, and it will just hit you like, I really have to cultivate that. In order for things to work, in order for things to move in your favor, you really need to have that level of confidence. It's not about like confidence in oneself, it's also about like trusting the universe's plan for you, trying to have that faith, like no matter where you are, universe is definitely going to pick you up. So that is something that will actually bring like lots of success. So if you have been thinking like, I have to achieve that thing, only then I can call myself successful, but that is not how universe sees it. If you have been confident enough to even like go through that failure, it's still a success. Because success is just, it's a state. Like, you have achieved it and you get that satisfaction and everything. But if your confidence has been like unwavering, if it hasn't flickered, that is like the true success for you. That is what universe will try to teach you. Maybe you might feel bad, like how certain things are not working for you, how you're not able to achieve a lot of things, but you should actually be proud about like how much confidence that you have showed in all those situations, and you will definitely be rewarded for that. I also feel that this pile is very good at speaking, public speech. Maybe you could be into teaching, you could be into like some sort of, speaking, like giving a speech or talking about something, maybe public speech, because even there you need a lot of confidence, and maybe somewhere you feel like, no, I'm not good at it, but you're actually good at it, you're actually good at it. So let's see what are the do's for this pile. So let's see what are the do's for this pile, like what universe want you to do during this eclipse season, something that you're supposed to do for pile 3 during eclipse season. What are the do's? Okay, we have 10 of cups. I'll keep it over here. So with the 10 of cups, I feel that if you have been thinking about like sharing your opinions to your loved ones, or sharing your opinions, plans to a group of people who can actually help you, you have to do it with a lot of confidence. You have to feel like they are part of your family. So I feel that this is all about like building a very good bond with them. But you have to be like confident in whatever that you want to present. And I also feel like there are people around you who will give you that emotional support, who will feel like a second family for you. Like you are going to meet these people maybe when you are on a vacation, or maybe when you are in a cafe, or it could be a gathering, anything like that. And like for someone specific, I also feel like you might get a chance to meet your loved ones. Like if you are staying far, you might get an opportunity to fly back to your home and hang out with them, maybe have good dinner, like a gathering, something like that. So if you get that opportunity, you shouldn't miss it, because this is coming like a dose for you. So you have to like book that flight maybe and go and meet your people. Let's pull out few more cards. Okay. We have Queen of Pentacles. So I feel that you have an idea, like you have to present it to the world with confidence. Like you're actually good at something, and there are people around you to hear you out. There are people around you who are interested in whatever that you are trying to do. But maybe you are too bothered about like how it will turn out. You're too attached to the outcome, that you're failing to understand that it's your confidence that will actually bring you a lot of success. Maybe three people won't agree with you, and what if the fourth person recognizes your confidence and they just give you a chance? Something like that might just happen. So we have Queen of Cups. So I feel that you are thinking like too emotionally about this thing. Like you're good at something, you're actually good at something, but you're like, this goal of yours is, you connect with this goal of yours through emotions, and it's like very close to your heart, and if it doesn't happen, it's going to break your heart. That is how you feel. So you're not trying to be rational. You have to be rational here, pile 1, pile 3. And I also feel you are a very intuitive person. You are very intuitive. Like you just know inside the room who is going to agree with you, who is going to oppose your opinions. And some people really gel up with you. Some people are going to connect with you emotionally. And when you show that confidence, like when you confidently express your emotions, I feel that people are again going to have that soft side towards you. Like they just naturally feel like you are a softie, or you are someone who is delicate, who should be handled delicately. Now that doesn't mean like you're weak or something. It's just that you are very well connected with your emotions, and just by looking at that side of you, lot of people maybe try to soften themselves. So it's that kind of aura that you carry. Like people, when they interact with you, they feel like talking about their problems with you, they feel like talking about their emotions with you. So so it's like they want to connect with you emotionally. It's not like you do it intentionally, it just happens effortlessly. And that is how you are actually going to attract like the right kind of people. So maybe there is going to be like a group discussion in this eclipse season, where you might be expressing your emotions, you might be expressing your opinions about certain thing, and you are so confident about like what you feel. And that confidence itself is actually, mm, help it will help you stand out of the crowd. Like stand out, like it will make you shine even in that crowd, because everyone around you might be speaking about their opinions in a robotic way, and you are someone who will actually leave a very deep impact, like an imprint on everyone's mind, because you are someone who will connect with that thing emotionally. Like if you have been thinking of giving an interview or anything like that, taking part in a competition, anything like that, you really have to, whatever that you're feeling, whatever your answer might be, you have to express it very confidently. Your confidence itself is going to bring lots and lots of attention and success in your life. Okay, so let's pull out cards to understand um, how, like, what are the don'ts, what you should avoid doing during this Eclipse season. So you are like one innocent child, I can say, which the universe is trying to protect. And maybe you feel like not everyone is going to understand my emotions, which is actually true. But that doesn't change the fact like there are people who will understand your emotions. And if you're confident enough about that, you will attract those kind of people. And no matter how your opinions are received by the other person, it shouldn't lower your confidence, because you should be so confident within, like, I know what is right for me and I just feel it and I'm going to express it. So you shouldn't manipulate yourself. You shouldn't be like, oh, like if I have my own opinion, I might sound too dominating. No, it's not like that. When you have your own opinion, it speaks a lot about yourself. It speaks a lot about your well-being. So that is very, very important. So let's see, like you have to be uh, like you have to show up. You have to show up however you are, in an authentic way, instead of just following the herd, instead of trying to fit in a box. You have to be like very, very authentic, and that is how people will notice you for who you are. So let's see the don'ts. Okay, 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 we have magician. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so with the magician card, I feel that you might tend to like maybe underestimate your potential. So somewhere I feel that you might feel a bit anxious. Like you might feel like, what if something goes wrong? You might just feel, yes, I know I can manifest this thing, but what if something goes wrong? What if it doesn't turn out how I wanted it to? Like you are very rigid with this thing, like this is how I'm supposed to experience this thing, and if it doesn't happen that way, maybe it's not going to work for me. So you have to understand like there are infinite number of ways in which these things can happen, and you have to be bit not rigid about this thing. And you should also like cultivate that faith, like yes, this reality can exist, and maybe even better than how I wanted it to. So instead of thinking like what if it fails, you have to think like what if it gets more and more better. So this is the kind of mindset that you're asked to have. Okay, let's see what are the other don'ts for this pile. Okay, we have lovers. So I feel that you might get stuck between choices. Like you might feel like there is a bad choice and there is a good choice, and you might feel like very confused about it. So this is also something that you should avoid, where you're thinking like there is only one way or there is only one option for me, because that is not the case. Because universe is going to give you like multiple chances, it's going to give you multiple possibilities, multiple opportunities. And there is nothing called like good and bad when you have like full faith, when you are trusting your intuition. There is nothing that can actually go wrong, because you know deep down that no matter what, even if things go wrong, universe is going to pick you up. So whatever that you're trying to see, whatever that you call as like fear, it's just one side of it. So what you think like about yourself, it's not actually true. So you think that you're seeing for yourself right now, it's not the true version of you. So somewhere I feel that you're not really paying attention. You're kind of refusing to see the difference of what is being showed to you and what is your perspective. So that is something that you need to let go. And also you need to honor yourself. You should know that You need to honor yourself. That is literally like the foundation for the next connection to enter, for the next opportunity to enter. So if you value yourself, if you have your own standards, universe will kind of bring everything that is in alignment with all those things. So there are times when the relationship that we have with ourselves, it might get complicated, but then you have to make an effort to make it easy, so that it's easy on your mind, so that it's easy on your mind, body and spirit. So the choices that you make in your life, the way you speak about yourself, the way you speak with yourself, it reflects a lot about yourself. Like the, even like every choice, every small choice, the kind of food you eat, the kind of dress you wear, the kind of people you hang out with, the way you talk about yourself, it speaks a lot. And it is going to attract those kind of opportunities only in your life. So that is something you need to understand, like how you need to get better at all these things. So let's pull out one more card. Okay, what are the do's, like what are the don'ts for pile 3 during this eclipse season? Okay, we have the star card. So again, star card represents faith. So you need to have like lot of faith, lot of faith. You should always know that you are being watched. Universe is always watching you, universe has your back. You have to cultivate that faith. And at the same time, because see, if you are just thinking like universe is going to do it for you, and you are not trying to better yourself, you are not trying to see what exactly universe wants to show about you. Like maybe you have this idea about yourself, like whatever you do is right and all of that. So like universe is showing a side of you that you need to work on, and somewhere you are not able to say it, like somewhere you don't want to say it, something like that. So that is something you have to work on. And like whatever cards you have got in your don'ts, these all are positive cards, but I feel that since they have appeared as your don'ts, somewhere you are overestimating all those factors in your life. So that's all I can say for this pile. I hope this reading resonates with you, and let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.